Well, good evening, everyone. I haven't done one of these in a while because we've seen some very weak storms coming through. Nothing too intense, but now things are going to change. In fact, overnight tonight, as we start to ramp up into early tomorrow morning, things are going to look much differently than they do right now. We just basically have some cloudy skies outside. No travel impacts heading our way for tonight. It's early tomorrow that everything starts to change. I'm talking rain, wind, snow, thunderstorms, and a bad morning commute. Now, not everyone's going to be in for the bad morning commute, so I want to detail that, the timing on what we're expecting, when we're expecting it, and how things are going to kind of play out as we head through our Thursday, because this is going to be much different than these last couple of systems that have been barely anything. In fact, we've been struggling with rain. I'm actually going to show you also where we are in terms of our rainfall and snowfall right now. How are we comparing to average? Because quite honestly, we actually really need a big storm to rip on through here. We're down quite a bit for our rainfall in Northern California. Okay, seeing a lot of you online right now. So again, welcome. Good evening on this Wednesday. I'm going to take you through the timeline here of what we're expecting into our Thursday. I'm just going to go ahead and turn this around right now. And here's our storm timeline. And obviously the red's going to impact that, have the higher impacts. That's going to be on our Thursday. We've been dry through our Wednesday. The bigger storm starts to roll on through tonight. Now, Thursday, that's going to be the high impact day. Valley rain, wind, thunderstorms, and snow above 2,500 feet. Now, we may see some pockets of snow down to 2,000 feet. I'll show you that as well, how we're going to see that snowfall start to come down the hill as we start to see some of that colder air working in. This is what we've been tracking throughout the day. There's that low bringing a lot of rain and snow into the Pacific Northwest through Washington, Oregon, and just extreme Northern California. Haven't really seen much of anything today except that we've gotten some cloud cover. Started the day off with sunshine, and now we're looking at clouds coming in. I want to really focus on the valley rain impacts because this is going to be problematic, particularly for the morning commute. Ponding of water on the roads, and then as we head through the afternoon, a potential for thunderstorms rolling through. As far as the Sierra, this is what I'm talking about in terms of what kind of travel delays we're looking at. We've got our winter storm warning already in effect. That will continue until Thursday afternoon. Road closures possible. Caltrans already ramping up staff saying we need to get everybody ready for travel delays in the Sierra. Travel actually is not advised during the storm because we're going to see so much snow coming in. If you happen to be north of I-80, say the eastern Sierra near Quincy, Sierraville, Susanville, I should say. Be aware winter weather advisory is in place until 4 p.m. on Friday. Somebody's saying no sound. Now, let me turn that up a little bit, see if you get better sound right now. Sorry if you haven't heard any sound. Hopefully that helped. Snow above 2,500 feet, 2 to 6 inches of new snow coming in for some of these lower elevations with, again, travel delays very likely. This is the weather system that we're looking at right now, and there's the low. Now, what I really like about this, if I remove that low, look at that tightly wound counterclockwise circulation of this low as it's starting to pull on the coast. So far, California, most of California dry throughout today, but you will find travel impacts north on I-5 as well. Be prepared to chain up there, as well as 80, 50, 88, 89, 4, 120, any of the Sierra roads, 395, we're going to have travel impacts coming in. Again, this was the timeline that I showed folks to start off with. Tomorrow is our big travel impact day. And then Friday, Saturday, as we start to head into the holiday weekend, things will actually be improving, even though we'll see a slight chance for showers. So for tonight, not a big problem here. We'll have some clouds coming into the valley, but no rain, at least until early tomorrow morning. And what you'll notice too is a very mild temperature pattern. We'll be in the 40s, but watch how winds will start to change as the front moves through. We're talking sustained winds close to 20 to 25 miles per hour, even higher gusts, closer to around 35 miles per hour. In the Sierra, wind gusts will be closer to about 55 to 60 miles per hour over some of the passes. It could be even higher than that. That's just one of the travel impacts we're going to be talking about. Now let's take a look at how the rain will be coming in for tonight into early tomorrow morning. This is the real key factor. Now up here, just to get our orientation with this map, here's Thursday at 7 a.m. So this is going to be for the early morning commuters on the west side of the valley and over towards the coast where we have a lot of early morning commuters. That's where we're going to find those big travel impacts for the morning commute. Not much snow in the Sierra, even at 7 a.m. A few flurries up there, but not a particularly bad situation from tonight into early tomorrow morning. Now let's take a look at how things are at 9 a.m. This is what things are looking like. So for Stockton and Modesto, I don't even think you're going to get a whole lot through the morning commute. It's going to be the back end of this for the mid-morning hours that this is going to start to come on through. So for the Sacramento region, some lighter rain through the morning commute if you're an early morning commuter, and then for the later commuters, we're starting to see that rain coming in, especially like West Sac, Dixon, Davis, Fairfield, Vacaville, obviously. If you're coming in from Folsom and Roseville, let me just back this up a little bit so we can see. There we go. If you're starting your commute off around 7 a.m., cloud cover, and a few light showers very possible. It's just that the heavier rain doesn't look like it's going to start up until a little bit later. So at 8 a.m., we're going to be seeing some showers there along 80 and 50. Again, this isn't going to be the worst of it. We'll actually start to see that ponding on the roadways a little bit deeper into the mid-morning commute. That's when we really see the problems. Unless you're headed on 80 towards San Francisco. So at 9 a.m., this is what things are looking like. Widespread snow throughout 80, 50, north of I-80, and then through the foothills as well. Hey, Sharon from Plymouth, thanks so much for your picture earlier tonight. I really appreciated that. That was beautiful, the sunset. So thanks for joining our weather force. Loving to see those pictures. Okay, so let's take this back here through the noontime hour. And here we go, Stockton, Modesto. Look at this. Big rain coming through between roughly about 9 a.m. and noon. We're going to really see that rain coming in hard. This is when we expect the ponding on the road. So we may get just through that morning commute when we start to see some of the accumulation of all the rain that will be coming in. So Greg, yeah, if you're traveling on 99 tomorrow to Stockton and Modesto, just go earlier rather than later. 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you can get in before 11 a.m., that'd be great. If not, we'll take a look at how this is going to break up a bit for the afternoon, but that's not necessarily meaning we're done with the rain. Now, one thing I also want to point out, look at how much snow we're seeing all the way through. This is going to be our snow area right here, okay? So we've got Arnold in with the snow. Sonora, it will turn over to snow. It's going to be rain in Placerville, but just up the hill, we're going to be seeing snow. A slight chance of seeing some light snow flurries very late Thursday evening in Placerville. And then up on 80, we'll be seeing snow near Forest Hill, at Applegate, chaining up really early on the drive up to the Sierra. All right, so let's take this through, right about here, 4 p.m. What you'll notice, there's not a whole lot of yellow in the valley, but what's going to happen is we have the chance of some thunderstorms popping up because of the cold air working in, dropping the snow levels down. This is when we expect to see the potential for thunderstorms through the day. Now, there's not going to be a whole lot of clearing, which will help to keep things just a little bit more stable because we really need something to have that lifting mechanism for those thunderstorms to really build, and heat would do it. You know, some breaks in the cloud cover. But it looks like from this, we're going to stay pretty clouded through tomorrow. Okay, so there's the snow for the Sierra, Yosemite getting big snow coming in all along 395 there. And like I said, here's Sonora getting in on that snow. Arnold, that'll be snow as well. All right, so we'll move through the evening commute. We'll have some spotty showers, and then by about 10 p.m., we're almost done with everything in the valley, but the snow will continue for the Sierra. So that's why we're expecting just a bad situation in the Sierra for our Thursday. Just really not the day to travel up there. By Friday, things are starting to dry out, so we should see some pretty nice conditions. In fact, by the time we get to about 9 a.m., except for north of I-80, we will see some drier conditions moving on through. So that should be pretty nice. And by Friday afternoon, beautiful conditions. All right, let's take a look at how much rain and snow we're going to see. So we'll take a look at this map right here. This is going to be our accumulation all the way through Friday morning and right around noon, say. About a half an inch to an inch through the valley and through the foothills. And in terms of snow, big heads up on this. This is what we're expecting those snow levels to do. Starting off at about 3,300 feet, and then they'll be falling to about 3,000 feet by later in the day as that cold air works in, helping to give us that thunderstorm activity. And then down to about 2,000 feet by the time we get to early Friday morning. Again, there won't be a whole lot of accumulation at that elevation, but could see a few flurries. So that's always fun to see when it's not a huge problem for travel, just to wake up and see some of that snow. In terms of accumulation, Friday by noontime, we'll be seeing snow accumulating to about 7 to 15 inches. Now, some of the higher elevations will be getting close to 2 feet of snow, but that's going to be isolated pockets. Joan wanting to know, when will snow hit Arnold? Tomorrow, mid-morning is when that will start to move through the Arnold area. And some pretty good accumulations as well. North of I-80, expecting anywhere from about 3 inches of snow near Applegate to about 4.5 at Grass Valley, and then upwards of 12 inches of snow near Quincy. Pretty good snow totals as well around Susanville, so be aware of that. Okay, I mentioned that we really need this rain. So what's the deal with that? How are we looking? We're actually at quite a bit of a deficit right now through parts of Northern California. 50 to 80, we're only running about 50 to 80% of average. Whereas Southern California, look at this, 100 to 300% of average. So again, here's our system right now. Let me take you through the timeline one more time just so that we can get a real good sense of what is going to be happening through tonight into early tomorrow morning. There's our timeline right there. This is 7 a.m. Rain falling steadily west of the Central Valley. And then right about 8 o'clock, it'll be starting to move towards the valley and some of the suburbs, say Folsom, Roseville, Rockland, Loomis, towards Rancho Cordova, Citrus Heights. And then as we head towards 9 o'clock, it's going to be more widespread in that 80-50 corridor and towards San Francisco. And then somebody was asking me about Arnold. By 11 a.m., we're starting to see the snow falling pretty steadily. And that is how things will play out pretty much through our day. Even for the evening commute, some spotty showers in there. Let me just take you through the evening commute here. So right about 4:30, spotty showers through the valley, steady snow in the Sierra. Be prepared. We will be seeing potential for road closures in the Sierra. And that can mean big problems with folks that are maybe heading up to do some skiing and snowboarding for the long holiday weekend. It is going to be beautiful, but I would probably wait till Friday to head on up there. I don't think you're going to make any headway trying to get an early jump on that beautiful weather up there. Laura just wanting to know about Sutter Creek. It will be rain, Laura, not snow in Sutter Creek. Snow level will be down to about 2,000 feet. All right, that is our update. I hope you join us on the LNT at 11 p.m. on ABC 10, where we'll have even more updates because new timing will come in on how this is all going to play out. So be sure to join us at 11 p.m. tonight on ABC 10. In the meantime, enjoy the dry weather that we have right now. All right, I'll see you then. Bye.